Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we've gone back to Golgari with a bunch of Planeswalkers at the high end. And this thing is showing as a high win rate deck over on Aether Hub. Can we make this deck work? Is it going to be an improbable, or should I say a probable favorite? I don't know. Stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, and if you got them, put on your 2D glasses now. Dr. YouGoOnAhead. Yes, thank you. Filmed for a live studio audience. Thank you so much. YouGoOnAhead. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from, say it with me, secret underground headquarters. And I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub. In the, I don't know what they call this. Let's see, anyway, the metagame list, I guess, over there, right? So I found a nice Golgari deck that looks super interesting. It's showing a 74% win rate. And I thought, yeah, man, I'm down with that. Let's check it out. 'Cause I love a good Golgari deck. I just remember in the olden days, God, there was a skeleton deck that was made by what's his name? The Great White Dragon or whatever. And I love that deck so much. I loved it. And you know what? If we had the same standard rotation, we'd still be playing it today. I think that it came from Eldraine or something, the card that I love so much. Man, because it was like the Urgraf's Forge of its day. Every turn, it would put out an additional, skeleton dude. And they would just get stronger based on every skeleton they had out. Anyway, since then, I've loved Golgari, but once that card has been gone, Golgari just hasn't held up the same as it used to. God, it just isn't the same. It's like if they got rid of Urgraf's Forge. What am I going to do without Urgraf's Forge? Thankfully, we'll have Urgraf's Forge for at least another, I don't know, is it going to be 1 year, 2 years, something like that? It's a long time. Anyways, I digress on Urgraf's Forge too much. So we've got this Golgari deck from the Aether Hub. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards in it super quick. And then we're going to go out and crush some hopes and dreams. All right, what do we got here? We got creature kill, discard, creature kill, discard, everything kill, stuff in the graveyard kill. And there's a lot of things that go into graveyards, like squee, things you can self-play from the graveyard. The Phoenix Chick, Tenacious D. Yeah, Graveyard Trespasser takes care of all of them. Liliana does creature kill and discard. A bunch of creature kill as long as they're all weak. Because we don't have white in here. So we have white in here? No, we don't have any white. There's no white. So yeah, you could potentially do a Mirrex to be able to make it kill everything. But really you're looking to take out stuff with mana value 2 or less. Glissa, awesome Glissa. My only problem is I think that her art sucks. But other than that, she's a fantastic card. Super undercosted for her price. She has a Swiss Army knife of abilities. First Strike and Death Touch were the two best things to put together. As far as what do you want with Death Touch? First Strike. That's exactly what you want, right? Sheoldred makes people pay for drawing cards. It gives you life if you draw a card. Sorin draws cards, except for it isn't really a draw card. It says you can reveal a card and put it into your hand. That's not drawing a card, unfortunately. Other than that, you can put out little vampire babies that have flying and lifelink. If you get up to 7, you can give this guy to deal 13 damage to any target, and you gain 13 life. I'd love to do that. I've maybe seen it once in my life. Gix's command does a board wipe, as well as returning things from your graveyard to your hand, and potentially gives a guy lifelink and some extra +1/+1 counters. Sheoldred destroys target, well, not target, but it makes your opponent destroy one of their creatures or planeswalkers. At which point you can, as long as they have 8 or more cards in the graveyard, you can start the saga, which you can destroy target creature or planeswalker, make them discard and mill a bunch of cards, and then you get all the creatures back from all graveyards onto, under your control, period. And the third thing, you get them all back, at which point Sheoldred goes back to being herself again, which immediately forces an opponent to kill a creature or a planeswalker. And she's so incredible, but you need to have eight things in their graveyard to get this thing started. You got to prime that pump. Cruelty of Gix is a saga that's all just about forcing a discard, and then you go through your library, at which point you can also bring something from your graveyard back into the battlefield. So it's a cool card. It's kind of expensive, and I usually don't find this to be all that useful. I think that Gix's command is way more useful, but yeah, we'll see how this thing works out. Vraska is incredible, but she's so expensive. She's 6, but you can play her for 5, provided you're willing to waste 2 of your life, and she will proliferate, which means if you have other planeswalkers out, all of them will gain as well whenever she uses her zero ability. Other than that, so she could draw you cards, which will help to get Sheoldred pumping you up, as well as you can target artifacts and turn them into treasures. If you can get her up to -9, that's fantastic. I just usually you don't see that Super Saiyan ability kick into play. Last, we got Nissa. Her Super Saiyan ability is dependent upon the number of forests you have. You really don't have that many. I mean, you have 3 naked forests, and then you have 4 more from the Zyre's Proving Grounds. So that's about it. That says you have the maximum of giving everybody a pump of 7. Still, that's a lot, but that would have to be a perfect run. Perfect run. So just expect you're going to use her for her other 2 abilities. Putting out Phyrexian Horrors and Phyrexian Horrors. They're ugly, but they're worth it. And destroy target artifact or enchantment. Yeah. So, yeah, between those 2, she's okay. He's okay. But yeah, we need a little bit more. I mean, I guess you could always, if you had maybe 3 forests out, pumping your dudes +3 and giving them trample may be a good way to go. We don't have a lot of creatures in here, so it's just not really going to work out. She may be the biggest stinker in this deck for her cost. I'm not sure she needs to be in here. I'd say even more Vraska and less Nissa might be the way to go. All right, so that's it. What are we going to do? We're going to just be killing stuff. We're controlling. We can't block things from getting played, but man, we can rip things apart once they are played. And if they get into the graveyard, suck it. They're gone. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. Our pin against LoKi. And we got there. We've got 2 mana. All right. This thing usually performs, so I'm okay. We'll go ahead and play out the slow land first. I can afford to hopefully have it cut down. Be on the back burner. Alright, let's just wait till his turn. It's fine. Whether he's dead now or next turn, we can do it on his turn. It's 4-0 black. Alright, let's go after his hand. No future for you, just creature kill. Speaking about creatures, the things I don't have any of. Oh, what do I need more of? Green, black. I got plenty of black, probably. Let's pick just a little bit more green. Every life I don't have to spend on Nissa is a life I don't have to spend. Do I really care about that? I do, I guess. Might as well do it early. So I don't particularly care to have a guy out there killing me. If we kill that off, that's 2 life he's not going to be able to gain. What is it this time, my friend? See, it's kind of bad just sitting there going after a guy that's going to get killed anyway. I'll take it. Need to get to 5. Need to get to 5 mana somehow. You get him pump one more time. Oh, that's enough to kill off poor Sorin. There we go. I don't think he's got anything good in his hands, so we'll just go for our own. He'll kill whatever creature I put out. Planeswalker is probably my best choice. Let's pick Vraska. Non-effect. These are all creature kill. All right, this is an interesting game. Sure. That's what he's giving up on, huh? Alright, let's just see what we got going on up here. Nothing. Well, I got a lot of creature kill. Forever gone. No creatures for him. No creatures for me. He has the ability to kill. What are we going to do about this? If I put out Vraska, then he'll go ahead and use his card to kill Planeswalkers. He's got enough to kill whatever I put out. I just got to plow through it is the problem. There it is. Alright, we're getting better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your Obliterator is not going to be able to live. And we're going to go fishing for Obliterators is what we're going to do. Where's those spindly legs? There we go. You want to kill him? You're going to have to spend 2 cards on it. That's coming after poor Liliana. I'm gonna go for it. Can I do it with everything we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't have enough. Put out a creature! So we've blown through like a truckload of creature kill. And Planeswalker kill. Yeah. No, we got to go after his hand again. Let's go see what he's got. Here we go. Nope, put that back. Totally cool, man. Go draw something. Alright, you're getting super good, man, but there's not that many forests. This is not a big forest deck, apparently. I got 2, 3, 4. It's just a waste of mana. All you needed was Death Touch. I tell you what, we'll use this. Look at his hand again. Knowledge is power, baby. Nothing. All in, Jellybean Princess. Let's go. Oh, he's willing to take it in the face. And we win. Potty pants, potty pants. Alright, playing against Shuageneral. Deep. Alright, we gotta start off really slow. This could be fast. Let's see, we're green in this one. This really matters. Let's go after his hand. What are we looking at here? Depopulate is the suck. He's gotta wait to 4 for that. Let's just do that one. What are we looking at up here? A lot of land. Alright, and Deathcap Glade. Let's put out a Glissa. I'm surprised he's not playing Selesnya Enchantment. What's funny is that when you play Duress, you play discard cards, you see people's hands all the time. It's like I feel like so desperate, like they shouldn't be able to hide anything from me. Alright, let's go for Pilfer. Non-creature, non-land. That's the one. Alright, we got him down to just junk. Give it up, yo. Give it up. All in. Alright, we could totally tear stuff asunder. I don't know if I care about... That's not great. Little boy blue there. Let's go cycling. All these guys will land up there. I don't have enough to kill it. Let's just force a discard. That way you'll be strong enough to make it through to my next turn. Alright, that's not going to do us any good. Let's just rip that guy apart. And force the discard, of which he has nothing to discard. We totally do. Alright. I have enough? I don't want to pay. I don't want to be forced to count like a sucker. What can you do here about this? Back here, let's just draw a card. Nice. Play it to all. Sorin, sure. Let's just get our super friends together. Let's draw another card. Deal it. Draw it out. And, I should have done that, guy. Alright, I believe in you. I believe in you. That's a pretty hard triumvirate to go up against the 1-1. Let's see what else we could drop here. Reveal it. Force the discard. He doesn't have any. Let's, one more will wipe the board. Alright, we're all good. Mana value 2 or less, that would be all those tokens. And we win! See you later, Shuageneral. Alright, we played against XenthiS. Capital S. Maybe it's XenthiS. 3 mana. Alright. Good, good, good. A little bit of hand hate, creature hate. Keep. That's fine. We'll go after his hand first. 1/1 flyer. It doesn't bother me so much. Let's cut off his ability to access a lot of cards. Alright, there's some slow. We'll just go ahead and kill one of these guys now. Should I force the discard? I'll do that. Give it up, yo. Alright, so he's got Liliana down to where she can be killed. Liliana's dead. Alright, there's 4. Let's just plague for it. I need a 5th mana. 5-0, baby. Didn't get it. And I'm not giving up these other cards. I need a 5th mana is what I need. There we go, but it's slow, which means I gotta wait. If I give it up, I'll be taking damage. No attacks, we're cool. You could kill her. You could have killed her right then. It's going for my throat. Alright, give up a guy. And all in. Yeah, we can destroy target enchantment right there. That's looking good. You're not taking out Sheoldred, are you? I didn't think so. Alright, let's go eat your hand up. For your graveyard, to say. Oh, let's get rid of one of these guys that can potentially come back. And we win! On a red, it lost its taste for combat. Break up. Alright, we are playing diepedro. Deep. Let's shut up the dragon while we have the opportunity. Alright, 2, let's go for his hand. Alright, we pay this for 3. We'll just go ahead and chill at this point. He's got one anyway. You get a lot of land out of that. Alright, what does Tail Swipe do? +1 gives it up to 4. Alright, here we go. Take it! Ooh, that is not good. They just happen to get every last card they possibly needed. And unfortunately, we're coming at it slow now. So slow. What do we got going on here? We got Sheoldred again. We can bring him back. Let's highest and return 2 creatures. 1. All right, Shoulder the Apocalypse. Next. All right, let's gain some stuff. We're not really in a hurry. Yeah, we'll take that. That's perfectly fine. All right, if we can get up to 7 and do 13, that'd be fantastic. But something tells me that never happens. He's got 2 of them. Is this an enchantment? Nope, nothing of the sort. Gone! Alright, down to 7. We got lethal showing. Totally a bunch of lethal showing. And we win! Die, Pedro, die! Beep, beep. Alright, playing against YouGoOnAhead. You go on ahead. Keep. We're playing with black there. We want something black. Alright, so next turn we can start looking at his hand. She gets evil looking. We got a guy. Alright, fine. We'll cut it down. Oink. Blast zone. Graveyard it up. Rip out our pal the sleeper. The balance of power shifts ever more towards my favor. Alright, Sheoldred. If you want to be a card draw boy, there's Sheoldred for you. I'll attack. Alright, we're just drawing cards, losing life. Sheoldred's doing everything a Sheoldred needs to do. Oh, he's got his own Sheoldred out. We'll always have to tear that one asunder. And we win! Sucker, sucker, fish! Alright, so here we are with Golgari Control. And, you know, it was funny. I started playing this one on, I don't know, whatever it is. The casual play, right? Non-ranked. And it was just getting its butt kicked all the time. The problem was that the other decks we were playing against were just, I don't know, they just work its way through the creature control. I ended up just pulling a bunch of land. I couldn't keep up with their tide, let's call it that way, as they would just kind of grow and grow and grow into it. And I thought, you know what? The problem is that this, like, if we play on ranked, you're going to see a completely different meta. It's going to be all more about, like, you know, more aggro. And this deck is just going to just trounce them completely. Let's see, over at MTG Arena, they said this thing had a 74% win rate. Once I switched over to ranked and started playing there, I ended up with a 70% win rate. So yeah, this deck did so much better in the ranked meta than it did in the casual play queue. I say this is that the stuff that the game matcher put it up against was, you know, everything that it needed to be able to fight against this particular kind of deck. It didn't work out. But when you're playing on the ranked, everybody's playing much tighter decks that are much more aggro, and this deck just tears it apart. So, yeah, if you're going to play this deck, you're going to want to play it in the ranked queue. It's definitely the place to play it. I got like 0% in the play queue, 70% in the ranked queue. Completely different, night and day. All right, was this deck competitive? Let's go for the MVP. You know who I was always looking forward to the most in this deck? It was Glissa the Sunslayer. Her abilities to get you to draw cards or destroy enchantments or move counters. The Swiss Army Knight was fantastic. Plus having First Strike and Death Touch, incredible. And being incredibly cheap. I mean, if we add this thing up, let's see. We got a 3/3 for 3. That is great. I mean, with green, you get something a little bit more powerful for that. But this is green and black and colorless, right? So 3/3 for 3, great. First Strike, Death Touch. I mean, that already for 3 is fantastic. But then you get all those other abilities. No, man, that should be at least 2 more mana. This thing should cost 5, and yet we're getting it for 3. That is insane. All right, so Glissa, you are going to Disneyland because you are the MVP of today's games. All right, let's go to, is this deck competitive? Well, like I said, in the ranked queue, it is completely competitive. And that's where competitiveness really matters. Playing it in casual play, it fought. It was a little fighter. It did stuff. But I was getting my butt kicked hardcore. So I'd say, yes, it is a competitive deck. It is definitely up there. It is something that you could take on the ladder, absolutely. Number 2, was it fun? Yeah, I mean, the thing is that when you are playing against control, it is not fun. You try to put a creature out, they kill it. Try to cast a spell, they counter it. Whatever the deal is. This deck is big into destroying all the stuff on the battlefield, right? Tear Asunders. I'm surprised we don't have more of those in here. But we're changing the discard where you go into people's hands a little bit and get rid of things before they cast it. You got all of the things where you kill creatures that come out. You got the ability to just tear apart non-land permanents. Glissa is just a ripper. The Graveyard Trespasser takes out stuff in graveyards. Sheoldred is incredible for taking stuff out and taking out a lot of stuff, and then you get them all back. So good. And Vraska, with the target creature becomes a treasure artifact. Yeah. So altogether, this is big time control. It's hard to play against, but if you're playing it, yeah, it's tons of fun. Tons of fun. The only thing is there's not a lot of creature action going on here. I mean, you do have Graveyard Trespasser and Glissa. You can put out some vampires. And, you got this Nissa is able to put out a bunch of horror trees or something. And Sheoldred is a creature, I suppose. It's very light on the creatures. Very light on it. You are doing way more control than you are actually attacking. And that's one of the problems with this deck, I think, is that usually you don't have more than 1 or 2 creatures out, and it's pretty easy for people to just kill the one creature you have, and then you have no defense whatsoever. Like a lot of times when I was going up against mono red, that seemed to be a problem, where I'd get one guy out. If it was Glissa, and you think, oh, Glissa's great, but they can lightning strike that thing, and she's just gone, and there's nothing else to it. All right, anyways, still, it is a fun deck, and I tore in ranked. I tore apart mono red like it was nothing. It was tissue paper. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Is this deck interesting? Yeah. I mean, it's got a lot of control. Control's not necessarily that interesting. The place that was interesting to me was when I had like Super Friend action going on at one point. I had Vraska, Sorin, and Liliana. I think all 3 of them, and it was interesting seeing them control the board. Sorin kept drawing more cards. Vraska would proliferate to make everybody stronger. Liliana can then force a sacrifice or force a discard. It was cool. It was cool getting Vraska to work with all of the other Planeswalkers we're playing with there. I did like that. I thought Gix's command, this is the one I kept looking forward to, but there was only one of. We had 3 of these Cruelty of Gixes. I kind of wish I had more Gix's command. I don't know. This one here is a board wipe, sorta. This one over here allows you to go through your library and find stuff. There's usually not anything in my library I almost want. Kind of want to just wipe the board. So I'd almost probably flip these around, put one of these in, and put 4 of those in. But anyway, still, it was really good. It was an interesting deck. It wasn't tribal, but I like the Super Friends aspect to it, I suppose. All right, so let's add it up. Was this deck competitive? Absolutely. Was this deck fun? Yes. Was it interesting? It was worth playing. Let's put it that way. It was worth playing. So with all that stuff, I would have to, normally you'd have to give this thing like an A+ just for its competitive level and the fact that it was a fun deck to play because of the lack of interesting, while still being kind of interesting. I'm just going to give this deck a solid A. A solid A. It was a great, great deck. Super fun to play. I'm getting super bored at the end of the current meta. Can't wait for September to come out so we can infuse some new blood with the Wilds of Eldraine. It's not too far away. We got another month or something like that. All right, so because this deck is a solid A, I'm going to say, if you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun with it as I did. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.